no doubt about it that he had to have won this match because of how big of a deal they were making him, and coming from ECW and then before that WCW, he was as big of a deal as they were making him too. And the moment though, I gotta look to see what his finisher was called. Okay. Could have sworn they always put the finisher for everybody. Okay, I couldn't, because I don't have his finisher right here, but, I think they called it the stun gun, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I think that's exactly what they called it. Okay. Okay, I'll just put put back on the network to see the rest of this. Yeah.
Yeah, what?
Doing my podcast. Yeah, I've seen this before, but the truth of the matter is I forgot what happened at the end, so that's why I'm looking back at it. At this point in time, being Ted DiBiase's current superstar in his corporation, which right about this time had shrunk to about the size of just one person, being the ringmaster. He used, because he did not know, by his own admission, more than 3 holds, which is why I was surprised he even knew how to do a roll-up. But, Steve Austin only could do the $1 Million Dream because of Ted DiBiase showing him the maneuver. So I know that he had to have used that as a finisher because that was the finisher they gave him when he started. I just realized it turned on the turned on the PlayStation 4 to put the network on. And I just realized I had it on the wrong channel, so to speak, or the wrong okay, that's HDMI 1, 2, and 3. I put it on the wrong HDMI port. Turned it on. Turn it back on. Just go back to it. I was doing play-by-play, but with my mom being back, I decided just to see who won the match. Oh yeah, he went for a suplex on the ringmaster, did Marty Jannetty, and ringmaster landed on his feet, so he went right back, right to the $1 Million Dream, put him to sleep. Got him down. And instead of doing the old-fashioned arm up, okay, there it is. One arm. He didn't even bother doing all 3 hands. He just called for the belt. There's your winner right there. They show another video of mankind. He said on the 8th day God created mankind. And he said, I'm not going to repeat that. Let's just say that it was a lot of, real life the person is self-deprecating, but in this case, it's flat out a lot of anger. So that's how they called him deranged. Fast forward enough to see what the next match was, and it was Tatanka, who was supposed to be a part of the corporation, $1 million corporation, was going against the Undertaker. Let's see. To do a commercial for Slammy Awards, that you could still cast your ballots today to decide who wins. Do a commercial of Yokozuna turning his back on him. Show what happened at In Your House. Okay. They're going one by one against the members of the Cornette's camp. It's going to be, it's a handicap match next week on Raw. It'll be Owen Hart and British Bulldog. Plus Diesel. Facing his Fury against somebody, and Jake the Snake Roberts going against Isaac Yankum. Plus a special face-to-face encounter between Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels on Raw the next week. Yeah, it was representing the corporation, all right. Let's see.
Yeah, that's one.
Okay. Oh yeah, the end of it all. Tonka lost to the Undertaker. Instead of doing the regular billionaire Ted skits, that's how I like to put it. I don't really know how else to say it. Skits is the best way of putting it. They also, to keep from getting sued by Larry King, they had a character called Larry Bling interviewing him. And asking him the same thing the people in the news media were asking him the week before. The predatory practices, or the vendetta against the World Wrestling Federation, and the suggestion that tens of millions of dollars in losses in his wrestling company not been disclosed. And of all things, he's fanning himself with a fan that looks like it's made out of money. And more than anything, how it has not been disclosed to his stockholders and his investors how much money he's paid so far in this company. After 8 years at that time? And that they don't even, and how the huckster salary not charged to his wrestling organization, but he supposedly charged that contract to other profitable divisions. I hadn't responded to the Wall Street Journal report, and also an FTC investigation. They didn't have a Time Warner merger yet, but they have been talking about it for years. So it showed that it happened, it shows how long it can take to merge with a company. Anyway. Said, would you merge with a convicted swindler? Obviously, Scheme Gene Okerlund in the skits. He claimed he couldn't talk. And there he blinks it. As you can tell, he has a legitimate case of chronic laryngitis. Didn't have that before. He looked like he was talking pretty well to me. He said that's been going around these days. And how in his wrestling organization, chronic laryngitis had been going around. None of that's true, of course. So next week, my guess will be the Huckster and the Nacho Man. And they'll try to ascertain the outcome of their geriatric match at WrestleMania 12. Which shows that it's a WWF thing, because they wouldn't even allow Ted Turner to come anywhere around them if it would be real life. And all of a sudden he says in a clear voice, "I'm a special referee and guest referee for that match."
Leave me alone.
Okay. So, I'm gonna stop right there. And thank everybody who might listen to this later on. And goodbye.